make it through. I'ma 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 make it through.
All right, and finally we get to For the Culture. This is the last indie show that I'll be talking about this week. So I want to go ahead and remind y'all, if there's a show that you would like for me to watch, if I have access to it, I will watch it and review it on the show. All you got to do is let me know. Hit me up on social media at Mr. Jordan McClain on Instagram or Twitter, and I promise you, I got you, okay? But like I said, this is the last show we're going to talk about For the Culture. Very special show. Hands down, I will tell you, this is one of my favorite shows, top to bottom, in any company, period, that I've ever seen. This is one of, if not my favorite wrestling show of all time. Straight up and down on the real. Let's get into it. We start the show off with our Scramble match. We got AC Mack taking on Mysterious Q, taking on D-Rogue, who's going against Alpha Zoe, who's going against Rob Martyr, who's going against Troy Hollywood. Straight up and down on the real. Let me tell y'all, this was booked beautifully. This match showcased every single one of these people flawlessly, man. I really, really loved what they did with this match. Everybody got some time to shine. Everybody got in their little shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was able to showcase, my G, this is why we up in this thing. Everybody got a chance to showcase that. And that's very rare in Scramble matches. That's why I don't really fuck off with these multi-man matches. But this match, this Scramble match, was done correctly. Kudos to whoever wanted to book this match or produce this match, or however you want to word it. Kudos to whoever put this match together. All right. There were quite a few people in this match that I was not familiar with before this match. I was not familiar with D-Rogue. I had heard his name, but I hadn't really ever seen him, I don't believe. Alpha Zoe, I did not know. Rob Martyr, I did not know. And Troy Hollywood, I did not know. Really, the only two people in this match who I knew and who I've been watching for a good while, Mysterious Q and AC Mack, y'all already know. The match is full of people that I don't really know. I love that. You know what I'm saying? It gives me a chance to put my eyes on some new people. Maybe find my new favorite wrestler. You never know. That's why I be telling people, shawty, don't go into these matches and these shows with the mentality of, I'm not going to like it because I don't know who any of these people are. You're going to fuck around here and find your favorite wrestler. I'm telling you now. I was particularly impressed early on by Troy Hollywood. Again, somebody I didn't know before this match, but he had fantastic expression. His energy was on 100, and he fully understood why he was there. He understood that he was there to shine and to make the most of his moment, and I feel like that's absolutely what he did. Mysterious Q, y'all will know from me talking about Reality of Wrestling down in Texas. He showed up and showed out as well with that incredible athleticism that he has, child. Now, it could just be my own ignorance. I did not know Mysterious Q was as big as he was. Like, size-wise, I ain't know Mysterious Q was... Like, I knew he was big, but I ain't know he was big, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know he was yoked up like that. If I'm not mistaken, Mysterious Q was the biggest man in this match. Just random passing thought. I ain't know he was. All right. Rob Martyr had a very good showing in this match with him being the smallest man. We talked about Mysterious Q being the biggest. Rob Martyr was the smallest, and he had a very good, really a great showing in this matchup. Being the smallest man in the ring, he showed some great heart and some great physical strength by getting off some solid ass German suplexes and whatnot. AC Mack, who is usually the standout star in any match that he's in, AC Mack felt a little muted this match. He felt a little toned down in this match. He definitely did more selling than I'm used to him doing. And let me tell y'all, before y'all decide to say some shit to me, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, okay? I think that that's a great thing because it shows that AC Mack is extremely well-rounded, something that I've been believing, that a lot of motherfuckers out there in the wrestling world ain't been believing, because quiet as it's kept, AC Mack is not booked in a lot of places he should be booked. I ain't gonna call no names, but I said what I said. Now, if the hit dog start hollering, then that is what it is. Okay. Alpha Zoe, who again, somebody that I was not really aware of before this match, he got in this beautiful rolling elbow during this match. But in the end, Troy Hollywood picked up the surprise victory over all of his opponents. Big motherfucking win. And a great opening match for the culture. Next up, we got Thick and Juicy 2.0, Willow Nightingale and Brooke Valentine taking on the tag team of Fire and Flavor, Tasha Steelz versus Kiera Hogan. This match ended up becoming an Impact Wrestling Tag Team Knockouts Championship match. Y'all know I love women's wrestling, so I was really, really hyped to see this match on this card because, as y'all already seen in this episode, I love Willow Nightingale. I love Brooke Valentine. What y'all did not know, I love Tasha Steelz. And I love Kiera Hogan. I've been following Kiera Hogan since she started wrestling down in WWA 4. That's also noted as well. Y'all know how much I love WWA 4. I ain't going to get off into it right here. But just know, this match meant a lot to me as a women's wrestling fan. These four incredible talent. It was absolutely incredible to see. Just before the match started, like I said, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Fire and Flavor, made this match for those titles. Big fight goddamn feel. You feel me? Big fight feel, baby. That's the kind of shit we like. I will say that out of all of these performers, Brooke Valentine was the one that I was the most non-familiar with. I've seen her a handful of times, but she showed out in this match. She also showed out at Real Hot Girl shit. Y'all already know, I've already talked about that, so I ain't going to jump off into it. But, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying that this is going to be Brooke Valentine's year. With this performance here on For the Culture and her performance at Real Hot Girl shit, I see it. I see it. I see it. Queen, if you see this, I'm letting you know, and I'm just a nobody in your world, but I'm letting you know, sis, Queen, it's your year. Phenomenal talent is Brooke Valentine. She really held her own in this match. You know, I see it all the time. Like, a lot of people will get in these moments and get in these matches against people who are on TV or been on TV, or, you know, they hold a major title and they get real starry-eyed and they kind of forget what the goal is, what the mission is. You know, Fire and Flavor, they're on weekly TV. They are current champions on a mainstream level. I've seen people really like freeze up when they're in those moments, but I love seeing Brooke and Willow, for that matter, really step up and embrace that moment and really showcase themselves against two phenomenal talents. Fire and Flavor had control for much of this match, showing that veteran tag team experience. They done a great job of staying on top of Brooke, cutting off the ring, playing beautifully to the crowd, keeping her in their corner for a lot of the match. Yeah, Fire and Flavor did a fantastic job at tag team wrestling here in this match. I said it when I spoke about Canned Heat on this channel. If you have not seen that show or that video, make sure you go watch Enjoy Canned Heat. It's one of their, I think they had 4 episodes in their first season, and it was one of my favorites. I absolutely loved it. But I said it in Canned Heat how much I love Willow Nightingale. Just her energy, her presence. She is a phenomenal powerhouse kind of performer. She got a pounce in. Y'all know I be going up for them big moves like that, but she got a pounce in. Brooke got a beautiful spear in this match, and Tasha Steelz hit an amazing cutter. All that was like within the same sequence of events. Very, very beautiful. All in all, this match was fucking lit. Do you hear me? This match was fucking lit. These women did what they came to do. They came out and showed the fuck out. If I'm not mistaken, this was the only women's match on the For the Culture card, so they really had to step up, and step up they did. Fire and Flavor picked up the win to retain the Knockouts Championships, but man, Let me tell you something. How Willow Nightingale ain't signed nowhere, I don't know. And Brooke Valentine should not be too far off anybody's radar. Two phenomenal talents, man. I love them. Two phenomenal talents. Next up, we got PB Smooth taking on John Davis. This might be the first time that I've seen John Davis, and I already love what he was given. Just in this match alone, he had that high intensity. He had that those strong ass, precise, on the money strikes. Like I said with Lady Frost from Real Hot Girl Shit, I love it when a person throws a strike and it's meaningful. There's a reason for it. They are zeroing in, trying to fuck their opponent up. That's what I like to see. And John Davis for sure was doing that. Apparently John Davis is an OG. Forgive me, OG. I was not aware of who you were before this match, and that is my fault. But I'm aware now. Okay? I'm absolutely aware of who John Davis is now. But every single move, like I said, he hit with a purpose. Wasn't no half-stepping with John Davis. And I fucking love that about performers. Ain't no half-stepping. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do what the fuck I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you motherfuckers just what it is and what it ain't. PB Smooth showed up and showed out in this match, though, as he usually does. I've talked about him here on the show before when I talked about OWA. He's a big man that can absolutely go. They keep talking about how he's been diversifying what he can do in the ring and prove that he really is a big motherfucker doing big motherfucking shit. I love what PB Smooth has been doing, man. Now, the match itself was very back and forth. Both men took each other straight to the fucking max. What I loved the most about the storytelling in this matchup was John Davis was picking PB Smooth apart. And he was breaking him down to get him down to his level. I've talked about that a few times on this show. I do believe that if you're facing a larger opponent, whether it's weight or height wise, you want to break them down and you want to make them fight in your style of match. That's really the only way you're going to get over on a big motherfucker that's doing big motherfucking shit. And it worked because John Davis picked up the decisive victory over PB Smooth. Overall, man, I love this match. Like I said, some great storytelling in this match. Some heavy ass hitting. I loved it, man. Big shout out to both of those men. Next up, we got Heavyweight Hustle, Calvin Tankman, taking on, is it Uptown Andy Brown? Yes, Uptown Andy Brown, who's taking on the frontman Jossie. Y'all know I just talked about Jossie. He's giving it up the same way in this match. Absolutely fantastic. Versus the young vet Myron Reed. And I've talked about Myron Reed on the show before, too. You already know how he about to give it up. Now, on paper, this is a straight up styles clash of a match, and I absolutely love that. Y'all know that I love when styles clash between two wrestlers. You know, you got you got Heavyweight Hustle and Calvin Tankman. You got the high flying Myron Reed. You got Uptown Andy Brown, who I was not very familiar with before this match, and then of course you got the front man Jossie, that showman, that technical motherfucker who really knows his way around the ring. Absolute styles clash, and I absolutely loved it. Right off the rip, again, I'm gonna talk about him right here, man. Jossie is a fucking superstar. That man is an absolute superstar. His charisma, his athleticism, his presence, like I talked about at Effie's Big Gay Brunch, off the fucking charts, man. I first became familiar with him at the first Black Wrestlers Matter event last year. They got another event coming up on Juneteenth. I'm planning on talking about it here on the show. But that's neither here nor there. I knew it then. When I saw Jossie then, I was like, oh, this dude is a fucking problem. Like, this dude is a absolute superstar. And he showcased it even more. To see his growth over these last few months from Black Wrestlers Matter to this show, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And absolutely incredible. Calvin Tankman is incredible too. Now, Calvin Tankman is a part of MLW, but I don't know if I've ever actually talked about Calvin Tankman on this show. He got some really big moments in that really showcased why he was the heavyweight hustle. He absolutely deserves that moniker, heavyweight hustle. This, like I said, this is my first time seeing Uptown Andy Brown, and I was impressed with his athleticism as well. He had some fantastic athleticism. Now, I shan't lie to y'all, fam. I cannot tell a lie, okay? This match was all over the place in all the right ways. Okay, this match was all over the place in all of the right ways. I had to watch this match twice. I had to watch a lot of matches on between these three shows. I had to watch them all. I had to watch a lot of them twice. And this was one of those matches that I had to watch twice. One for fan, one as a fan, and then one for this podcast. You know, this is one of those matches that was just so damn good from start to finish. But when you're doing stuff like this, when you're doing a podcast or something, you end up missing it. So for every great thing that I caught, I knew that there was stuff that I was not even catching. So I had to go back and watch this match again, fam. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's even better a second time. This match was even better a second time. Calvin Tankman got the dub in this match. After a badass sequence. Again, go watch it. You gotta go see the sequence. Next up, we got Brian Keith taking on Darius Lockhart. Two absolutely incredible talents that I personally love watching. I've been a fan of both of these dudes for a while now. Y'all know Brian Keith comes from Texas. The Reality of Wrestling, trained by Booker T, the same place Mysterious Q comes from, so you know I know who he is. Darius Lockhart, I have not had the pleasure of talking about on this show yet, up to this point, because I believe he's just now coming off of his injury. This might have been his first match back from injury, so I did not actually get the chance to talk about him, but it was fantastic to see him, you know. Brian Keith busting his ass for the past however long, so you know, all up and down Texas and everywhere like that. So I knew what this match was gonna do. Now this match was actually a slower pace than the previous matches, and that is meant in a great way. I'm glad that this match happened because although it was a slower paced match, it did not lack for action. It was still punch you in the fucking face. Kind of fantastic. You know what I mean? It began very technical. Both gentlemen going hold for hold, moment for moment, move for move. Felt good to see. It felt like they were kind of filling each other out. I believe this might be the first time that these two have ever met up. So, you know, just that feeling out period. Two wrestlers that are kind of new to each other in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They got to feel each other out. See, I'm going to see how you give it up so I know how I need to give it up. That's what that felt like here. But along with that technicality, this match had some fantastic storytelling, and I would expect nothing less from someone who is trained by Booker T and from someone who is an authentic, genuine storyteller in his promos. Darius Lockhart. I'm getting close to my microphone. Darius Lockhart has some of the best promos that I've ever seen in my life. Period. Storytelling at its absolute finest. But these two men work so well together, man. They work. It just worked. It just worked. I did not want them to stop wrestling. I believe I tweeted that over on my Twitter as I was watching this match. If I can get Darius Lockhart versus Brian Keith in an Iron Man match, I will take it. I did not ever want to see these dudes stop wrestling each other. I want to take a quick moment, as I typically do, and I want to shout out the commentary team. For this particular match, it was Big Purse and I believe Suge D. They were on commentary for this match, but Billy Dixon also joined in on commentary with Big Purse. Big Purse is phenomenal, man. He did a fantastic job of doing commentary for this match. Between Billy and Suge, they both did a fantastic job of filling in that color commentary spot. Absolutely beautiful work by all three of those men, man. You know, every now and then I like to shout out the commentary team and the interviewers and the backstage folks and whatnot, because they don't get a lot of love. So big shout out to Big Purse, Suge D, and Billy Dixon, who were on commentary for this show. But back to the match. You know, the storytelling continued in this match, and it ended up leading to Darius Lockhart getting that big win. Up to this point, this was my favorite match of the show. 100%. Like I said, I wanted these two dudes to keep fighting. They had me enthralled. They had me looking out. I was focused in on this match. Did not want it to end. Absolutely fantastic showing by both men. Next on tap, we got Trey Lamar taking on Eli Knight. Now, this match was straight up fast paced. If you know anything about these two, I'm familiar with Trey Lamar, not as familiar with Eli Knight, but I did know who he was. So if you know anything about these two, you already know what they're giving up, shawty. You already know how this is about to go. So, blink and you miss it. And that's on who? Speedy Gonzalez. Okay? Trey Lamar is a big-time standout, like Big Purse pointed out, whereas Eli is somewhat new to the game. He's making his splash and getting around. You know, he and Culture Inc., his crew Culture Inc., down in Florida, I believe they're located. I will say, this whole card, right? Whoever put this card together, I believe it was AJ Gray and J Rose. So whoever put this card together, they did a fantastic job all around. But this match in particular was a great matchup. It was a great matchup that I did not know that I want to see until it happened. And, it really, although I love that previous match, and I'm pretty sure it ended up being my favorite match, one of them. We'll talk about my other favorite later. But this match, it felt like Trey Lamar and Eli Knight were bringing out the best in each other throughout the whole match. There was a bunch of holy shit moments. There was a bunch of this is awesome kind of moments in this matchup. You know, Eli Knight, only 19 years old. Eli Knight is only 19 and moved around that ring like he been doing it for 25 years. How does that make sense, Jordan? I don't know, but that's what I'm telling y'all. That's the whole point. You know, that kid, man, that kid has an absolutely bright future. He had a reaction for every action that Trey Lamar put against him. And if this show was a coming out party for Brooke Valentine, as I said it was, Eli Knight, this would be his coming out party as well. He did a fantastic job. I see nothing but bright lights in the big city for this kid. He knew what needed to be done, for sure. Back and forth, front to back, these two were at it like street dogs in a fight after a little while, man. You know, and it led us to Trey Lamar getting the victory over Eli Knight. Like I said, great showing for both of these men. But I think Eli Knight put a whole lot of people on notice with this match. I do. I think Eli Knight really put a whole lot of focus and got a whole lot of attention from this match. I'd be interested to see how he feels about the match, and I'm gonna watch closely to see where things progress for him after this match. Because I'm telling you, bright lights in the big city for that kid. Now we got the man himself, AJ Gray, taking on the OG JTG, a match I was certainly hyped to see because it's been way too long since I've gotten to see a JTG match. Like, I ain't realize it until last night when I was watching this match. Night before last? I don't know. It's all running together at this point. But it's been way too long since I last seen a JTG match. You feel me? So I was really, really fucking excited. And, you know, like I said with the dog collar match, AJ, we already know what AJ is about to give. We already know AJ is a young goat as far as I'm concerned. He's really, really goddamn good. This was another one of those matches that I had to watch twice. Once as a fan, once as a podcaster, once as, somebody who talks about this shit, because I grew up loving JTG, and AJ Gray is one of my favorite wrestlers going right now. He is one of, if not the baddest motherfucker on the independent scene. Period. Point blank. That both of them, some heavy ass hitters, like I said early in the show. Ain't no half stepping with these motherfuckers, and it was absolutely fantastic. So this match was pretty much back and forth. JTG had AJ Gray more on the ropes than I'm used to seeing myself. Every AJ Gray match I've ever seen, AJ be fucking niggas up. Okay? So to see somebody kind of match him and have him against the ropes and kind of off kilter a little bit, crazy. It was a crazy thing to see. But that's the goodness that is JTG. You know what I'm saying? So I tweeted this, and I'm gonna say it on here. With his current body of work, this run that he has had on the indies, JTG, as he is now, could be in any wrestling promotion on the mainstream wrestling level and be a world champion. I kid you not. My guy Smokey Mike said he should be in the Hurt business. WWE should sign him and put him in the Hurt business. And I am not opposed to that. But I genuinely think JTG, with his current run, his current charisma, his current athleticism, he could be a world champion any fucking where you put him. No questions asked. Ain't no doubt about that. That's just how I feel, though. I love AJ Gray matches. I really do. Every single match that I've seen has felt like a big fight feel. AJ knows how to make it feel like it's the most important match of his fucking career. And every match that I've seen, AJ has been like the dude to beat. So, and it's always felt like people had to, like they had to adjust themselves for AJ. AJ's always wrestling his style of match. You can't come into an AJ Gray match and think you just gonna do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I love AJ Gray matches. I love this fucking match. JTG kicked out of the fucking lariat. This was the second lariat, and he kicked out of that shit at a 1. What the fuck? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I said that a lot during the show. What the fuck? But AJ Gray did pull out the win in this matchup, and then we got one of the best promos from Billy Dixon that led up to the dog collar match that they had on Effie's Big Gay Brunch. My God. Billy Dixon was in his fucking bag, talking his fucking shit. It was a fantastic promo. I loved it. It's one of my favorite promos now. That's going to be one of them promos that I go back and I look at, and because that promo was fucking phenomenal, man. It really fucking was. Billy, if you're seeing this, that was a phenomenal fucking promo. So after that, we get Lee Moriarty versus Lio Rush. Personally, one of my favorite matches. Probably, I think this was the match that got announced that solidified for me that I was going to buy this fucking show. And I was going to watch it, and I was going to talk about it on here for y'all. Lee Moriarty versus Lio Rush. Y'all already know how I feel about both of these men. Y'all already know Lee Moriarty, Lio Rush. Y'all already know how the fuck I feel about both of them. I already knew how they was going to give it up, so I knew that this match had the potential to be the best match of WrestleMania weekend. Hands down. Now, I'm going to say something that might be a little bit controversial, but I believe that this match showcased the two single best professional wrestlers in the world. Lio Rush and Lee Moriarty, to me, are the two single best professional wrestlers in the world. Argue with your mama. Argue with your significant other. Don't argue with me. I don't really care. It's my opinion. You feel me? And my opinion is that Lee Moriarty and Lio Rush are the number 1 and number 2 professional wrestlers on the planet. Argue with your mama. I'm going to say it real close so y'all can hear it. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. That's just how I feel about that. And I know, oh, Jordan, you don't know every single professional wrestler on the planet. You don't know. I get you. I hear that. But I have been consuming independent wrestling of all styles from just about every corner of this fucking world for, 2.5 years now? And I'm telling, I've watched full shows, I've watched highlight reels, I've watched single matches, I've watched promos. I'm telling y'all, man, I believe that these two are the single greatest independent wrestlers. Not even independent. I'm tripping myself up. These two are the 2 best professional wrestlers in the world today. Lio Rush and Lee Moriarty. Really, 1A and 1B. They're equal as far as I'm concerned. I love watching both of them, man. The physicality and the action was on 10 in this match, but the storytelling was an absolute thing of beauty. From Lee pinpointing Leo's arm to both of them going move for move, the near falls, the confusion in certain moments of this match. You're not going to convince me that they're not 2 of the greatest, if not I think the 2 greatest. I don't think you're going to convince me of that, man. Yeah. I can't even really break this down. Y'all, this is a match that you got to watch this match for yourselves, bro. You got to. This is a match that everybody should experience watching for themselves. Don't listen to me talk about it. You gotta, you go watch this match. Go watch this whole show. This whole goddamn show was a banger. But this match in particular, I think I like Darius Lockhart versus Brian Keith more than this match. But this match right here should tell y'all something about that match. Because the way I'm talking about this match, I mean it. That match, I liked it better than this one. So that should tell you what you need to know about that match and overall this show. Lee Moriarty picked up the win over Lio Rush, and honestly, at this point, I was done. I was done, bro. I was like, okay, what a way to close the show. What a way to close the show. Lee Moriarty versus Lio Rush, and they just killed it. They just murdered it. What a way to close the show. We ain't even done, shawty. We ain't even done, shawty. We still had another goddamn match. Ugh. So, now, our main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the culture. The Impact World Heavyweight Champion, Rich Swann, taking on the legend, the icon, 2 Cold Scorpio. I'm going to say it again for you motherfuckers that don't like listening, just so you know the gravity of what I'm talking about. Rich Swann, the current Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, against the legendary 2 Cold Scorpio. My phone is letting y'all know what time it is. This match, man, everything that you think this match would be, it was. Every single thing that you think this match could be, that it was. 2 Cold Scorpio don't miss no beats. Rich Swann understood what the hell he had to do. Again, this is another match that I can't even really properly dissect and properly talk about, because it was fantastic, and it was one of those matches that I am blessed to say that I've seen. Rich Swann versus Too Cold Scorpio. That's how good this match was. I'm so blessed to say that I saw this match when it happened. After a hard-fought match, a lot of back and forth, and some what in the absolute fuck moments, because there was quite a few of them for me, Rich Swann picked up the victory over the OG, over the legend. An incredible main event to top off an incredible show.
I'ma make it burn.